whatever comes into market would be a research paper uploaded by someone. And for example, AI, right? AI was a research paper sometime, and today it is very big.
Yeah.
So if you read papers, you will know, okay, what people are doing in the market, what they're thinking in the market, and what might come in the market.
According to you, what these hackathons held out the importance and how students should be using it as an advantage?
For me, hackathons was to learn new things, to explore new things, and to meet with the new people. So I went into these hackathons so that I will spend my 2-3 days first learning about that particular technology, learning about that domain, also learning with the people. Because I am not expert there, but there are so many people who are expert out there. I can build a form team with them. I can learn from them. Even if they are not of my team, I can go and ask them some questions, right? They will be happy to help me out. It will build my networks. I have so many people, so many friends from hackathons. So it helps you to learn new things. It helps you to meet with new people. It helps you to keep driving your curiosity, because now you know one thing, little bit, but you will have a lot of curiosity around it, right?
Welcome guys again to our another season and another, you can say, episode of not only podcast, a talk session or an interview session with one of our industry experts. And this time we are very much lucky, to be honest, to have Mr. Vivek Yadav with us. And he is a skilled software developer and a Google developer expert who has specialized in Flutter and Dart. And he is currently building Tata NeU app and is also serving as a co-organizer in Flutter Mumbai Flutter and Flutter India as well, demonstrating his deep involvement in Flutter community. And his professional life actually has experiences that includes more than 6 years into mobile app development. So welcome, sir, to our campus, and it is an honor, first of all, that our students got to meet you, and that too first-year students getting involved with such great personality, first of all. And thank you again for getting out your time and coming to the campus. So before going ahead,
for inviting me.
So before going ahead, I would want to know more about your journey, that from your beginning till actually being someone connected to Google development and all the communities and all. So how come this whole journey happened?
So it all started in the last year of my college. So I got to know, okay, there are some tech community where I can go and learn about something which I might not learn in my curriculum. So I got to know about it. I went to the first event, which was Google for Mobile, back in 2017 by Google. I really liked it, and I got swags as well. So when I got swags, it was like a motivation for me to go into another event. Well, learning was one, but swag was worked like a catalyst. And then I joined, attended a few more events, and that's when I got to know, okay, the true value of this community, this event. Because it's not just you learn something, you also experience something, right? You learn from their experience. For example, today I gave a talk to first year student, right? So they now have learned from my 6 to 7 years of experience. So now they don't have to go and restart everything. They know, okay, Vivek has come here and I can pick it from there. These are the points that Vivek have told me not to do or to do.
Right.
So that they don't have to experience on their own. They don't have to spend time on learning something which they can learn easily from me. Similar experience I got myself as well. So, for example, Flutter, right? So I got to know about Flutter in one of these community events, and now it's 5 to 6 years when I'm working on Flutter. There were so many things like backend. I got to learn more about backend. I got to learn more about the development. I got to learn more about business as well. I got to learn more about things which I might never heard of, Okay, if I do not go into those events. And in between that, I got chance to contribute as a speaker, and I delivered my first talk in Nashik at GTG Nashik as intro to Flutter. That's when I started. Then in between, I and my friends thought to start a Flutter community in Mumbai itself. So we started Flutter Mumbai in 2019, and then contributing contribution started as speaker, then as mentor, as writer, and with all of these contributions, Google recognized me as a Google developer expert. So there is no as such a journey to Google developer expert. It's just like you keep contributing. Okay, Google developer expert is a stop in between this journey. Okay, but it is not the place where it will stop. Right, we will keep contributing to more to the communities, and Google will provide you just a badge so that you can have a better reach, you can have a better recognition. But again, the core part is keep contributing in terms of teaching, in terms of mentoring, in terms of writing or creating some content, which will again help for the community. So the core is helping out communities, and then Google developer expert is just a stop.
So, what exactly inspired you to go through, the path of being a developer, and how exactly all this started? Like, was it already decided in your mind कि हाँ engineering, software engineer बनना है?
So I wanted to be scientist.
Okay.
Okay, but then things turned, and I never actually realized, but I really loved computers. And my love for computers started when I was in eighth. We got a computer lab in our school, and I used to take out a lot of time in the computer lab. Of course, doing nothing, but still, playing with the computer. And yeah, I used to bunk a lot of my lectures to go into computer classes and just to see how people are doing. So I used to do Microsoft Word, Paint, but I never realized it. But I had a lot of love towards building applications. And after 10th, when I had option of choosing diploma, 12th, all the stuff, so I choose that I will do anything in computer. It should be, if 11th, 12th, then with computer science or diploma with computer science.
Computer science.
I wanted to go in a college for diploma computer engineering, which I didn't got. But then I chose computer science with 12 PCM. So, and then after that, engineering, computer engineering, and till now it's going on. But I never wanted to be a developer. I wanted to be something else. But again, I never realized that I love building applications until I landed on my first job, and things are here. But I mean, I never realized it, but it was there.
So, any particular skill that you have been using from your since your start till now, and that has helped you in terms of many other mobile app development as well?
I would say it is a non-tech skill, which is observation. So I used to observe a lot of things. So, for example, if there is a bottle, right? So I will observe it also. Okay, why different names on it? Why different sticker on it? Why it is having white color cap? Why? So many why. Yeah. So it actually helped me to learn. Okay, for example, I wanted to understand that why mobile app, how it was built. So that's when I started exploring into mobile apps and how data stored on server, how backend are written, and
That
why they are written.
curiosity got you into it.
The why curiosity took me everywhere, and I guess this is very important, at least for me, because even today, if I meet with someone who is senior or junior to me, I always try to observe. Okay, what he told to me. Is there something else he was doing? Was it better than me? Is it not better than me? If it is not better than me, I will prompt him and tell me, okay, this is the way you can go ahead. So I always do observation at every place, and keep that is what keeping me in the game, and that is what driving me as well. And I would say that is what took me till here.
So any key skills that these students should focus on to, get into this line?
So, So key was this non-tech skill. But if you talk about tech skill, so just the basic of programming is very important.
Basics.
Again, it will start from why. Why I should write a variable like this, why I should create a class like this, why my code is not scaling, why my code is breaking. So if you have basic programming knowledge, these things are getting clear. Right? But again, with the basic, you cannot land on any job or any issue, right? So with the basic of programming, you should also learn some framework. For example, if you want to go into mobile development, learn Flutter framework. Or if you want to build SDK, you can learn native. Or you want to go in the backend, you learn Node.js, Go. Or if you want to write very high performant applications, you can learn C++, Rust, and frameworks around that. So first, learn the basic of programming, and then choose any framework and build something around that. Build something around that, and showcase that in your internship.
Got it.
Or in the jobs.
In the jobs, okay. So you have many experiences in terms of languages and tools, like Kotlin, Java, Python, and many others. So how do you understand, okay, this is the right language I should be using for this particular app or this particular thing that I'm developing?
Okay. So first thing is the research. Okay. For example, Flutter, right? When Flutter came into market, I had so much doubts in it because I came from native Android development. So I knew, okay, if I'm using Flutter to write Android apps, there will be some trade-offs. So I did some research on it. I wrote some code with Flutter, tested it on different parameters set by me, like it should be very easy to use. The UI should be very smooth. It should not lag. I should be able to interact with the external world again with the Flutter. It should not. I mean, there will be so many parameters which I will set, and then I will test out all these languages or the frameworks which I want to use against these parameters, and then I will choose a language which will pass all these parameters. So let's say that if a language is not passing all parameters, then I will see at least one language which is able to satisfy a few of them or many of them, and based on those parameters, I will choose a language or a framework to go forward.
Okay. You've participated in many hackathons and even mentored them, right? So according to you, what these hackathons held out the importance and how students should be using it as an advantage?
I joined my first hackathon in last year of my college. I did a lot of things in last year of my college. Before that, I was just playing football. So you should not do that. I joined my first hackathon, and that's when I realized that hackathons are not just for building applications or earning money or earning something. It is more about thinking.
Thank you.
So I did hackathons on different domains. For example, Web3, blockchain, and obviously I didn't had experience into that. I went into a hackathon for quantum as well, and obviously I didn't had experience into that. So I went into these hackathons so that I will spend my 2-3 days first learning about that particular technology, learning about that domain, also learning with the people because I am not expert there, but there are so many people who are expert out there. I can build a form team with them. I can learn from them. Even if they're not of my team, I can go and ask them some questions, right? They will be happy to help me out. It will build my networks. I have so many people, so many friends from hackathons. So it helps you to learn new things. It helps you to meet with new people. It helps you to keep driving your curiosity because now you know one thing, little bit, but you will have a lot of curiosity around it, right? How, for example, how quantum is working, why it is fast, where I should use it, and in future, if you got any chance like creating your own startup or working for a client or whatever is that, you can think of okay, quantum might be good at those spaces if you have experience with that. So for me, hackathons was to learn new things, to explore new things, and to meet with the new people. And of course, if you win hackathon, you have money which you can do whatever with that.
Again, a price thing.
Yeah.
So, what would you say these students? Because since their first year itself, we've made sure they participate in some or the other hackathons, some or the other inter college competition kind of hackathons. So I guess they have already participated in two, being in their first year itself. So what would you say to these students in terms of hackathon advice?
I would say go and attend hackathons. Don't go for winning a hackathon. Go for performing in it. So when you perform in a hackathon, that means you have decided that I will build, let's say, application A, which will have feature of A, B, C, D, and you were able to deliver A or B. Okay. So when you delivered A or B, you will learn a lot of things around how I did it, what things are wrong, how I came back, and so basically you are learning new thing. You are learning around building feature around those things. You are learning how to get back when things went wrong. You are also learning from the feedbacks of mentors. So for example, I have judged and mentored many hackathons, so there are so many mentoring round, right? So as soon as first round happens or concludes, you know that if you are going into right direction or bad direction,
Right.
but you will never know about that if you never attend hackathon.
Right.
So your learning, your development, that keeps going if you join a hackathon. So join a hackathon to learn, to make sure that you are in the right direction, not to win a hackathon. Okay, especially if you're in the first year, you should do that. And I also know a guy, okay, who met me in one of the hackathons. He was winner of that hackathon as well, and he joined hackathons so that he can fund his college.
Oh.
So initially, few hackathons he failed, but ideally he kept doing it. And today is one of the finest developer I know, and he financed all of his college fees with the hackathons, all of his external spends with the hackathons, and a few more. So he learned, he earned, and he is still at the good place.
Nice.
So yeah, don't first go for earning, go for learning. Earning will come along.
Right, earning will come along learning.
Yeah.
Got it. So what kind of opportunities, other than just meeting out new people and networking and connecting, what other opportunities do you get after being a part of a community?
Opportunities, as in, I could say, I got my last 2-3 jobs from our community itself. People reached out to me. I didn't have to find out the job outside. Or if I wanted a job, for example, the last job, right? So I connected with a guy, someone from community itself, and so the job, I can say, okay, is became very easy for me to find out. I don't have, so basically that is my first filter, right? I will reach out to my community guys that, okay, I want a job, I am looking a job in this field, can you help me out?
Right.
So that's first thing. Then freelancing opportunities, for example, if I went to an event, I told everybody that I can build very awesome Flutter app, and if there is someone who wants to build their Flutter app, he will reach out to me.
Right.
Now I don't have to find a project gig on Freelancer or LinkedIn or somewhere. He just came to me via event. And then network. I know a lot of people, I know a lot of technology. So learning, earning, everything grows when you are connected with the community. Plus, you start building non-tech skills, right? For example, management.
Right.
For example, delivering sessions, talking with people. It is very hard to conquer. There are, for example, I was a guy who feared to stand in front of people, but now if you give me 10,000 people as well, I won't fear. I would go. I would happily talk with them. So you learn the people management, the speaker management, all those stuff. You also learn about designing. For example, all the slides which I designed, right? I would never do it if I was not part of this community or if I was not delivering a talk. So that's also one thing you do outside of a job.
Do you see the future of Flutter and other, related mobile apps development? Like, what kind of future do you see? Is there anything that is trending or that can be a change in the market in future?
So, see, frameworks, tools, they are like, they will come in the market and they will go sometime, after some time, they will vanish. but there will be something which will be replace them. For example, in 2005 or 6, there was an era of Java mobile apps, J2ME, but they do not exist anymore.
Yeah.
Or if they do, they are very small scale. So now it is era of Android, iOS. Tomorrow there might be something else.
Right.
Let's say that BlackBerry or Nokia came with something else. So there might be something else. So I cannot say if a framework have a future or not, but we can predict a near future. For example, I predicted Flutter will be a big thing in 2019, and it is a very big thing in 2014. So I have predicted very near future that okay, if this particular technology will be there in 5 years, so yes, it is here.
It is.
So you can predict very near future. So I can easily say Android, iOS are not going anywhere. Flutter is not going anywhere. React Native is not going anywhere. Similarly, all the other tools, all the other frameworks, which are, which are making sure that they are up to date with the market, they will be in the market. If there is a technology or a framework which is not keeping up to date to themselves, they will vanish away. So there are a lot of examples. I won't name it, but they were great at one time, but they didn't, picked up the pace with the market, and they are vanished. So, and I can see Flutter is picking up pace. React Native is now doing good job in this field. So if they will keep doing this thing, so they will not vanish. But if they do not, they will vanish in a day. Also, there are so many frameworks which are open source. So Flutter is open source, right? So if someday Google says, okay, I want to kill Flutter because it is not meeting their budget, because money is something companies will always concerned about.
Right.
So let's say that for some reason, Google has just kept Flutter away from them. So it is open source.
It is an
right?
open source.
People can, people like us will, adopt it.
Yeah.
And we have adopted it, right? There are so many people who are working on this open source space. There are so many people developing features in the Flutter framework. There are so many people who are building plugin packages around Flutter. There are so many companies who are invested into Flutter. For example, Flutterflow. For example, Tata Digital also, right? If we are building our application on it, that means we have invested into Flutter.
Right.
And for us, if we have invested into it, we will try to keep it going. We will not try to, be killed by someone else.
Right.
So there are two things to, if I summarize, to check if the framework, is it keeping itself updated to the market, and what is support it is getting from community, from the open source community. Is it fully owned by a company? Because if a company is bankrupted, then that piece of thing will go away.
Go away, right.
So if it is fully owned by something, then it is a red flag. But if it is owned by open source community, if the overall thing is open source, that means anybody can pick it up. And the great examples can be open source languages, right? Linux, if you see, Windows did a lot of things, but Linux is still there.
Yeah.
Because of open source, and because Linux kept itself updated, right? Earlier there was only a terminal way to interact with Linux, but now we have UI way that Windows created a trend, right? So if technology will keep updating itself, it will stay in the market. Otherwise, it will
vanish. How do you keep yourself updated with all the trends that's going on?
Community
Helps you.
Community tech news, but mostly it is community. I go into community. For example, in May I went into community events by Swift. Now
the recent one that happened in Mumbai.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
okay.
So there were so many people who were like, Vivek, you are from Flutter community. What you are doing in Swift? I was like, I'm here to learn new things.
Yeah.
I already know Swift. I might learn new things in Swift language because after a few days there was a launch of Apple for Swift. So there are so many language features which were launched. So now I knew, okay, how many features of new features are added to Swift. Is Swift good, bad? Which features I should utilize? For example, the state management of Swift is something I really like. And if I want to build something, next by myself, I would use that particular thing.
Right.
So going into communities, keep me update. I read a lot of tech news. I follow some YouTube channels which gives me, weekly updates. And yeah, there's no other way. Or keep reading it. Keep reading something. Yeah.
Any advice for these students to be updated? Because after, along with your academics, how would you be staying updated with the recent these trends and all? So, any advice for these students?
I would say read papers.
Read papers.
Whatever comes into market is sometime or would be a papers, would be a research paper uploaded by someone. And example, AI, right? AI was a research paper sometime, and today it is very big.
Yeah.
So if you read papers, and with the AI, you can summarize it and read it in very short time, right? So you read papers, read their summary, try to understand what they are doing. For example, foldable phones were also a research paper at one time, but now they are reality. So if you read papers, you will know, okay, what people are doing in the market, what they're thinking in the market, and what might come in the market. Second thing is read tech news. There are a lot of authors who do tech news. You can read them on Medium, or you can read them on Twitter, even Instagram. There are a lot of people who are going to do good job on Instagram, LinkedIn. So if you follow good things on this platform, you will always be updated with the latest trends.
Any part of your job that you would want to automate it? It's very random, but any part of your job that you would do automation on?
So I generally keep track of what I'm doing every day, and if there is anything which is repeated in 7 days, I start automating it. It can be like building an app, or it can be like moving folders. It can be like updating a file or doing some stuff. So it can be anything. It can be related to my job as well. So if I'm doing a repeated task for 7 days, I found out, okay, this is something and which is repeated for 7 days. And that means it will also be repeated to next few months. And if I spend few hours on automating it, it will save a lot of my hours, company hours, where I can focus on something else. So yeah, if anything is repeating, automate it.
Automate it.
Yeah. You may never know about how to automate it or how that stuff work, but you spend some hours, you will learn and understand that part.
Got it. So yeah, this is what I wanted to ask. And after interaction and all, after looking after the BTech brochure and all, what is your advice, or what is your look onto this particular program that we are running for these students in terms of BTech CSS?
So I would only say that you are selling a good dream. Okay, it's not a fake dream. I went through this, so I can easily say that you are building a tech for a techie guy. A learner will just roam around or feel lost. Okay, you are giving them a straight path. Okay, that please follow this, and you will reach here. So they know that if they follow the 8th semester, they will become good developer. They will become good front end, back end, DevOps, engineers. So they know that, and that's good thing that what you are saying, that's what you're selling.
Delivering yours.
Yeah.
Got it. So this was the whole session. Thank you so much. It was great connecting with you. And yeah, thank you.